So does the prospects of the Minnesota Twins and the prospects for the Tampa Bay Rays.
This young man, David Festa, and you see the build, 6'6". He is a willowy 185. He's at AAA, and he is knocking on the door at the first line of help for the big league rotation here.
Simpson, one of the fastest players in all of baseball.
94 stolen bases.
On the ground to the right side, and even Simpson can't beat that one out. And there's Carson Williams.
Carson Williams, we saw in a big league spring training game already this year, and what stood out to me, the arm.
Got him swinging. Williams does strike out a fair amount along with that power and speed that he brings, and that's 2 men retired. Now Junior Caminero. This is the guy that is, depending on which rankings you're looking at, either number 3 or number 4 in overall prospects. On the ground to third. Dribble throws to Martin to the other side. And that's big, tall Trevor Martin from Oklahoma, 23 years of age.
Now, Brooks Lee, 1 full season of minor league ball, and he carries himself like a much more experienced player.
Straightaway center field. Chandler Simpson for out number 1. And that'll bring up Austin Martin.
High on base, sprayed the ball line to line, and he's just trying to find that swing.
To third base. Check out the arm of Caminero. And a good stretch by Morgan, 2 down. Here's Emmanuel Rodriguez.
Led the Midwest League in walks. He's a guy who strikes out a lot, but not chasing. He's a guy who almost doesn't swing enough.
Nobody was there. Base hit for Rodriguez to the opposite field. He'll try for second and then turn back around.
Kalai Rosario a chance to swing. A guy who was the MVP in the Midwest League as the Colonels won their first championship since 1994.
Safe at second base. Rodriguez steals it. Hit well to left. Baker misplayed it and then corrected himself to end the inning. Dom Keegan coming up.
Dom is one of our top prospect catchers. He was out in the Arizona Fall League last year. Did a really nice job.
The 0-2 is cut on and missed. Got him with a tough breaker away. So second strikeout for David Festa. There's 1 gone here in the top of the second for Willie Vasquez. 2-2. Swing, and there's a grounder up the middle, and that will find its way into center field for a base hit. So a stolen base for Vasquez, and now it's Trey Morgan. He was drafted last year by the Rays in the 3rd round.
And into right field for a base hit, and Trey Morgan drives in the game's first run as Willie Vasquez scores, and Morgan at first base clapping his hands, and the Rays take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Trey's got a really nice swing. He competes in the box, sits on his pitches really well and does a nice job.
Gabriel Gonzalez was a big part of the return in the Jorge Polanco deal.
Got him to chase. Keegan throws to first. That completes the strikeout, and that's the first for Martin. Severino, we saw him at big league camp earlier in the spring.
He was put on the roster this last offseason after leading the minor leagues in home runs.
Fastball blown by him. Back-to-back Ks for Martin.
Good stuff from Trevor Martin. 3 up, 3 down.
One guy that the Twins people, Chris, are very excited about is Charlie Soto.
Charlie Soto, first-round pick, 34th overall last year. A hard ground ball up the middle. Carson Williams turns around 98 for a base hit. Here's a good matchup with power on power. Xavier Isaac. This ball into left field. That'll find the grass and roll the wall. Williams can scoot. He's going to make a run for it. Relay throw from Brooks Lee. Safe in a cloud of dust. Run scoring double for Isaac as Williams greeted in that jubilant Rays dugout. Soto Camarino again. Big time matchup here for the young man, Charlie Soto. Chance at third, gets by Shobel Lee with a long throw. Severino kept it off the wall there, coming off the bag, but everybody's safe.
And the bases will be loaded for Trey Morgan.
Lost it. Another run batted in for Morgan. And that is going to be it for Charlie Soto.
Coming up is Mason Hour. This is a guy who was a two-way player and himself can throw 97.
Under the glove of Schobel. That's going to cost the Twins a couple of runs. So an aggressive play at third. Schobel's thinking about potentially a double play to end the inning, or maybe coming home, and instead 2 Rays scoot home, and they pad their lead. It's 5-0.
Trevor Martin back out for his 3rd inning.
Schobel, the man who made that aggressive charge at third base, gets a chance to swing here. A chance to see Williams, and it's under the diving Carson Williams for a base hit. Winkle will take ball 4. Now a little rally for the Minnesota Twins here, and Brooks Lee will be the batter. Called strike 3, huh?
Bit of a surprise. Locked him up, I guess.
And now we get our all Martin matchup. He does. This classic Austin Martin there. Uses the whole field. Doesn't try to do too much with that fastball and fillets it out into right. To load the bases up for the very exciting youngster Emmanuel Rodriguez. This may be the end of the road for Martin.
This is Drew Summers, 23-year-old left-hander.
He's going to walk in and run. So he went for that sinker, and he overcooked it. And again, here's a guy in Rodriguez who, despite great power and bat to ball, he's going to take a walk. He's got Khalil Rosario. That is the literal back foot slider. That landed on his foot, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
That's going to force him to run. So they'll stay loaded. And here's a guy with just electric power in Gabriel Gonzalez. This ball hit into the gap. And that's going to be knocked down by Baker with a bare hand, but not before a 2-run score. And Gabriel Gonzalez pulls the Twins within a run with a rocket into left center field.
And runners are at second and third for the 8th hitter of the inning in Junior Severino.
And now they've at least tied it, if not taken the lead. Big stop sign at third base for Gonzalez. RBI single the other way for Junior Severino.
And the bases are loaded.
Kyle Witten, 25-year-old, is coming on the pitch.
And now Schobel gets a second crack at it. Already 1 for 1. There's ball past Williams. That's the second hit of the inning for Schobel. Station to station for Minnesota. Gonzalez comes home with the go-ahead run.
Back to the top of the lineup with Brooks Lee.
Smacks this one to right field. We know Auer's got a big arm. They're going to test that big arm. And that's why you usually don't test it, but he missed the tag at home plate. Oh, Keegan had the ball in plenty of time, but Keyshaw, that wrestler, contorting his body around the tag attempt. RBI single for Brooks Lee. An inning to forget for the Rays. They give up 8 in the 3rd.
Brings up the DH, Xavier Isaac.
This ball smacked to center field. Rodriguez can only watch it disappear. Home run for Isaac. He doubled home a run earlier, and Andy, that's the power that they were banking on and the bat speed they were banking on when they made him a surprise first-round pick.
Here is Shane Sasaki.
Shane Sasaki up for the first time, bangs a base hit into center field.
Xavier Isaac climbs in now.
My goodness, Xavier Isaac to left, and he's got a 2-homer game, and he ties it up. Some were surprised when the Rays selected him when they did, but tell us about his development maybe before he hit 2 home runs today. This is a very impressive young man. Well, there will not be extra innings today, and this is a scheduled 7-inning game, so the Rays are hoping for a tie. The Twins are hoping to walk it off. To right field. And this game will end in a tie. So the Rays and the Twins end up in a 8-8 tie today. The Twins get all the runs in the 3rd. The Rays spread them out. But no winners, no losers, all heroes, no goats.